friends, welcome to today's Money Monday video. Today we are talking about 3 tips that we use in our family to prepare for budget changes. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright guys, so one thing that I share quite often with you guys is how our budget is changing on a month-to-month basis, because let's be honest here, your budget is something that should be fluctuating. It should be changing because different things come up with different months. We have different holidays, different birthdays, different events, etc. The list goes on and on and on as far as what things will change within your budget, within your monthly plan of what you need to pay for. Now, between my husband and I, we use 3 tips to help us manage those budget changes and to make sure that they're going to fit into our budget and not derail our life. So this is something we've started doing since adopting Dave Ramsey's zero-based budget plan and really starting to make our money work for us. We know that our money is not something that is limited, and budgeting is not a limitation, but it's really giving us freedom and the ability to do what we want to do with our money. So tip number 1 is to know your budget. Now, if you are anything like the typical couple, or if you are a couple, or if it's just yourself, you either lean towards the nerd side or the more free spirit side when it comes to budgeting. Now, my husband and I were definitely both free spirits in a sense. He was more of a free spirit spender and I was a free spirit he was more of a free spirit saver and I was more of a free spirit spender. I want to just spend all the money and worry about the future later. So I have since become the nerd, which is good because my husband's tendency is to lean more towards saving in general. So for him, cutting back on the budget and reducing our expenses and spending habits wasn't really hard. It was really kind of something that I needed to learn to do. So with that, I've had to learn our budget really well, and so that's tip number 1, is to know your budget. You want to know your budget inside, outside, backwards, forwards, and be confident and comfortable in where you're spending your money. My husband doesn't review the budget as often as I do, but whenever we have budget changes or things, we do talk about them, and we do have our budget meetings throughout the month as well, so he is very much aware of what's going on. But on any given basis, on any given day, on quite a daily basis, I will know exactly where our money is, what is allocated, which category has more to spend from, where we can pinch a little bit, etc. to make things work and to make things move within our budget. So that is definitely very helpful when it comes to making budget cuts or budget changes, is knowing what is actually going on with your money. Alright guys, so tip number 2 is to make a mock budget with the upcoming changes that you're anticipating. Now, once you know your budget, you want to create a mock budget so that you can see how those changes would actually affect you. It's all nice and well to say, okay, I think we would spend maybe like $100 more on food next month because we have this big event coming up, but really when you look at your budget and see what that actually means and where you need to cut back is the most important step to making a budget change. Because if you are using a zero-based budget, every dollar has a name already. So when you add something or you increase a category for a month, you have to take that money out of somewhere. So you need to make a mock budget and make sure you'd still have enough to pay for your bills and all your expenses and things like that while adjusting that specific category and allowing for that change within the month. Alright guys, so tip number 3 is to give yourself a cushion with the budget changes. Now, a budget change is something that is obviously not a regular part of your budget. So when that happens, the expense of it may be a little bit unknown for you. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself a little bit of a cushion because the expense could be higher than what you're anticipating. For example, when my husband and I threw his birthday party last month in June, we had to add a little bit extra just in case because we weren't sure exactly how much the food would be, and I wasn't sure exactly what I'd be getting for decorations, things like that. But the food was really the biggest question mark because it wasn't things that we buy every day. So we didn't know exactly what we'd be spending. We gave ourselves a cushion and we were able to stay well within our budget because of that cushion. So a cushion will help you to stay within the budget and to keep from needing to pull from other categories or other places where you actually need money allocated. So guys, those are the 3 tips that I have on how to handle budget changes, which they do happen and they do come up. And I also want to share with you guys a few ways that our budget is changing in August. So one way is that it's changing in August is that we have to accommodate some back to school shopping. Another way is that we are getting my benefits added into my paycheck. So our paycheck is going to be a little bit different this month. So we are making those budget changes as well. And we are using these exact tips that I just shared with you guys to make those changes and make sure that they still work within our family and within our budget. So friends, I would love to know what is one tip that you use when encountering a budget change. Definitely let us know in a comment below. We are excited to read those. Thank you friends so much for watching. Be sure to have an amazing day. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. You can do so easily by clicking my little face right up here. And if you haven't seen my latest video, be sure to watch it down here as well. Have a great day friends. I will see you soon and happy Money Monday.